All eyes were on the labor sector last week as two reports, the ADP employment report that came out last Wednesday and the Bureau of Labor Statistics jobs report that came out on Friday for the month of April. For the ADP report, it was worst on record, as expected, at a little over 20 million jobs lost, whereas the Bureau of Labor Statistics report showed 20.5 million job losses. The unemployment report went up from 4.4 in March to 14.7 in April. And I don't believe that this actually reflects the true numbers because the way the unemployment report rate is calculated is based on compiling information from the week of April 12th, and then it's modeled for the rest of the month. We do know that the following weeks there were substantial continued job losses, and so that number is more likely in about a 19 to 20% range rather than the 14.7 that was reported. Other than the jobs report, there was also information from CoreLogic, which is the leading data provider for everything related to home value appreciations. But I'll get to this in just a moment. Just to digest on the employment report, the most jobs were lost in the service sector, obviously, because it was over 16 million. Good producing sector lost about 4.3 billion. Big businesses lost about 9 billion. Companies with fewer than 50 employees lost a little over 6 million. Um, the report the report consists of two different pillars or two different ways of surveys, as we call them, of conducting information. One is the household survey, and the other one is the uh, business survey. The business survey is based on modeling, as mentioned before. That's how the data is derived at for to calculate the unemployment rate. However, the household survey is responsible for actually knowing the actual job losses. And so 60,000 households get interviewed, and that's how we know that there were 20.5 billion of losses reported for April. Unemployment rate, we know, did increase at the all-in unemployment rate, which includes even those that are just partially attached to the labor force, has increased from 8.7 to 22.8, and there were about 4.98 increases in earnings. That is not to say that that's how pay rates went up, but this is to say that the lowest paying jobs were lost at the highest pace in April. Homes are appreciating, or they have been appreciating in March, at between February and March at about 1.3%. Compared to and they are over 4.5% comparing to March of last year. The president of CoreLogic, Frank Martel, says that he still believes that we are going to, even despite COVID-19, we're going to continue seeing increases in property values, and that the year should end somewhere in the vicinity of 1% in increases. This week is going to be a pretty busy week. This morning, CPI and CPI index, which is Consumer Price Index, came out, and obviously, thanks to the oil prices dropping, has shown a drop of 0.8% from month to month. PPI index is scheduled for this week as well, and obviously, all eyes again will be on the weekly first-time unemployment claims coming out on Thursday. Until next week, please feel free to give me a call with any questions, comments, or concerns, or if there's anything at all that I can be of service with. Take care and have a good one.